Yes, people, welcome to another edition of Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host of Agenda FC, which is the perfect title. I got the perfect host for this show. You gave me the king of spin himself, the AC penitentiary patroller, man like Carefree Lewis G. What are you telling me, fam, first and foremost? You good?
I'm good. It's been a great week to be Chelsea as per usual. Battered Atletico Madrid and yeah, excited. Got a decent draw in the quarterfinals. Depends on the semis, but say it quietly, might be our year. Just might.
Yeah, I think you'll get to the final, actually. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I genuinely do believe you will get to the final. But as a Manchester United fan, great week. Beat West Ham, went to the San Siro. Paul Labile Pogba doing what Paul Labile Pogba does. You know what I'm saying? Showing why he's one of the greatest. He is the best attacking midfielder in the country. You know what I'm saying? And that. But that's a whole other conversation. Like I said, Agenda FC, you already know what it is. If you're new here, make sure, if you're watching via my Twitter, make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet, make sure you follow Lewis, follow myself, follow the Sarcasm City Twitter also. And whether you're new or regular here, YouTube, you already know what to do. Like the video. First thing you do, as soon as you land, is hit the like button on the video, share it across all your socials, and subscribe to the channel. So what Agenda FC is, if you're new here, is where we get myself or Lewis or a special guest, and we just give a strong opinion. And the reason why we call it Agenda FC is because every time you give a strong opinion and someone disagrees with it, they automatically say, oh, it's an agenda, rather than that just being your opinion. So as you can see from the title here, Spurs are not a Big Six club. And it's not from me. And surprisingly, it's not from Lewis. So let me introduce the special guest here. I can see him smiling already. Nobody loves Spurs slander more than this guy in it. He loves Spurs slander as much as I like slandering Arsenal, and he's an Arsenal fan. But welcome into the show, making his debut, one of the most hardworking, one of the biggest Arsenal YouTubers out here, one of the most opinionated out here doing it solo, dolo. Man like Babs, welcoming Babs to the stream. What you saying?
Yo, my guy, what you saying, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man, anytime, you already know, man. It's good. It's about time you made your debut. You know what I'm saying? Better late than never. Hell yeah, I know you're ready for this. Babs is ready. He knows how to
get a goal and assist on my debut.
Some William thing, yeah? All right, fam. I see you, fam. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. Did William not get a goal and assist on his debut? Am I lying?
He got 2 assists, actually. Not.
There we go.
Yeah,
he got 2 assists in it. Yeah, but it happens. It happens. So, like I've stated, it's love to everyone who's locked in. And as you can see from the title, Spurs are not a Big Six club. So what I'm going to do with Agenda FC, we always give the person with the agenda the chance to state their agenda and give their opinions to back it up, and then going back and forth with people in the comments and myself and Lewis also. So, Babs, you're saying Spurs are not a Big Six club. Why is that?
Okay, let me rephrase it. There's 6 teams, and they might be 6 of the biggest, but they shouldn't be a Big Six. In my opinion, it should be a Big 5. Right. You know, if there is a 6 team, I depend on success. And we just had this debate on Lewis's channel, so shout out to him. But it was basically about, I know Slav was arguing, the Spurs fan, about how Spurs have made money and they made top 4 and so and so. But I said, in the last 10 years, what's their crowning achievement? And he couldn't reply to it simple time. He just said getting to the Champions League final, which getting there is great, but what have you won from that? What have you got from that? You know, maybe your club earned money from it, because he was talking about how Levy's earned this much money. I don't care how much money you've earned. I care about what you've won. And if you won nothing, then why are you in that conversation? They're a big club, Spurs are, but then so are Aston Villa, so are Newcastle, so are Leeds. So what? They become Big Six as well. So it's, I mean, size of club, and also this is a team that's not won a league title since 1950, right? They've not ever won a Champions League. They don't won an FA Cup since like 20, 30 years ago. They haven't won a Carabao Cup since 15 years ago or so. So what have they actually achieved in this period to then become this Big Six? Because 10 years ago, they were in that Big Six. But what have they done since then in terms of achievements, not top 4 positions, but achievements, titles, trophies, to then be in that conversation?
Okay, let's see what it is. Lewis, we'll go to you first. What's your thoughts on it? Because these are 2 teams you hate the most in terms of Arsenal and Spurs. So I know you're not backing Spurs, but you don't really want to back Arsenal. But what's your thoughts on what Babs has said there?
To back for either club. If we could drop them both out, probably would. But if we're talking about a Big Six club, it's because Leicester City have to go in. Because they've been consistently top 4 the last few years, and they've got a league title in the last 10 years to bounce off that too. It really is just Arsenal v Spurs, and Arsenal have the trophies to count for it, but Spurs have been more consistently in the top 4. So I don't know, because this is really just trash and garbage to me. Like,
Let's get it straight, right? Let's get it straight, right? So if we're gonna go off league positions, right? So top six means top 6 teams. So you got first to sixth. That's where you want to be if you're a top 6 team, right? Arsenal not there right now. Neither are Spurs, 7th and 10th respectively. So it is what it is. But for me, in that period of time, you can finish 6th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. It doesn't matter if you're not finished first. If you're not finishing first at least once in that period, then what does it matter? We had won the league in 2004, then went all those years getting Champions League football year after year after year after year to get embarrassed. Yeah, we got to the Champions League final, a couple semis, but what after that? Nothing. So, for the club, for the owners, it's lovely because they're earning money. But I don't care about how much money you're earning. I don't care about what I get as a fan back. And if I'm getting embarrassed year after year, then I don't really count that as a success. For Arsenal, getting top 4 was not a success because everyone did say that, it's a joke. Top 4 is not a trophy. But for Spurs, I'm hearing it is a success. So does that mean just there's different levels?
There is definitely different. There is definitely different levels. It's because Arsenal achieved greater than just being top 4 with Arsene Wenger. So then the fact that you were just competing and just getting top 4 over a two decade period is different. Whereas Spurs were never in the top 4 conversation. That's why Spurs fans hail up Pochettino, because he solidified them as a top 4 side. I think every year he was there. I think every full season he finished in the top 4.
Yeah, I hear that. Now I hear that. And what I'll say, right, is as it's a top 6, right? Let's track back 10 years time. Wasn't it Everton that were always 5th, 6th, Moyes era, right?
Yeah.
So during that period, were they a big 6 team as well?
There was no big 6, to be honest. But what Spurs...
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So
there was no big 6.
Right? Yeah. It was a big 4. Top 4.
Yes.
Top 4, that's what it was, right? Mm-hmm. Then there was a top 5 when City broke into it because they started winning league titles, right? Mm-hmm. So City had to win league titles to become that big team.
Yeah.
So what have Tottenham done to then, even come compared to that? City winning league titles, Spurs are winning top 4. Now, obviously, you're a United fan. I'll tell you what, if Spurs and City swapped and Spurs were the team, winning league titles, right, and City were getting top 4 every year but winning nothing, you'd say the same thing I'm saying. Because I've not seen Spurs do anything great over that period. I've not seen anything great for them. Not even a trophy to back it.
It's not a trophy, but what they've done is... For them, it's great. For them, it's great, 1, but 2, what they've done is solidified themselves in the top 4. That's how they've got in the conversation. I think if any team... Take Leicester, for instance. If Leicester finish in the top 4 2021, then 2022, then 2023, they're in the conversation. It's now, to me, that changes. Does a team get knocked out of the big 6 or does it become a big 7? Because they've solidified themselves in that spot. Go on, carry on.
It's a difference of what you define big 6. Big 6,
true.
Top 6. So you're talking about top 6. I'm talking about big 6. If I ask Lewis and Flores right now, who's the biggest club in the world, in England right now? Who's the biggest club in the UK?
It's Manchester United.
Followed by?
Liverpool.
And then after that? It'll be Chelsea and Arsenal. Those are the 2 teams, right? Chelsea and Arsenal, right?
I was waiting for your answer, bro.
That's why I stalled in it, because I know the answer. Lewis knows that I know the answer, but I thought, let me stall. All jokes aside, it's Chelsea, then Arsenal. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So it's close though, because you have to think about
it. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, it's close. So
then, why do people say if we're the 4th or 3rd biggest club, so if it's close, it can go either way. Then why are we not in this big 6 anymore that people claim to be?
No, you're still, but then again, like you said, there's a difference between top 6 and big 6. When it comes to the big 6, being the most successful team in London in terms of league titles, that's why Arsenal are in the conversation. The success Chelsea have had, they're in the conversation. The reason why the criteria changes after United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal is because not everyone has that. So now, take away those 4. Who's the 5th biggest team in the country?
Probably say Villa, Newcastle.
Is it Villa? I don't think it's Villa, Newcastle.
Everton never got league titles, bro. I'm defining success. How can I say, right, a club that has not won a title since 1955?
I hear that.
Bro, they weren't even colour TVs back then. Forget flat screen. That back then is a big club. Or a big 6 club. They might be big 10, top 10, top half. They're not big 6, man. But it's PR. It's been put out by the media. Big 6, Harry Kane. Big 6 game. Harry Kane versus Aubameyang. Big 6. No big 6. There is no big 6. Because back in 2012... there was, the whole conversation was quite literally Arsenal versus Spurs, and that's the only rivalry. There's no actual rivalry in terms of league positions. We finished above Spurs for like 20, 30 years, for God's sake. So, but I don't care about that, as long as if Arsenal finished above Spurs 20 years and not won anything, I would have gone, well, what have you actually done? We won league titles. We won FA Cups. We won trophies. Spurs' crowning achievement in the last 10 years, no one's got anything. No one's, in terms of achievement of what they've won, no one can answer that. So they've won nothing. So how are they in that conversation? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
They've not won anything, but the reason why they're in the conversation is because after those 4 we've just named, who has next? Is Leicester's 1 league title? Is that put them above Spurs in success? That 1 league title?
Of course it does. It's about Arsenal's success.
So okay, how come when I said Leicester, when I said 5th, you didn't say Leicester, you said Villa or Newcastle in terms of biggest?
No, I didn't come to my mind, but you're right. In terms of that 1 league title, that's bigger than Arsenal's 4 FA Cups. So
so who we saying's 5th? Are we putting Leicester 5th in this list? I'm just trying to gauge the metrics. Go on.
The reason why for me Arsenal would be 3rd, even over Chelsea, right, is because we've got so much credit in the bank already, right? Teams like City, teams like Chelsea, etc., are trying to build that credit up. You've just started, Chelsea's 2004 is when it started successful. What was their last league title before that? Was it 1960s, if I'm right in saying?
No, but we're taking cups into account, and we won the FA Cup in 2000. And
no, but I'm talking about league titles. What about league titles?
No, but for you guys,
no, but hang on, league titles though. League titles was just the one before Abramovich. So when was that?
Oh, 1955. Long time
so
ago.
basically that's Tottenham, right? But what you then had was a period of success. 2004 to 2021, you've been successful. League titles, Champions League, Europa League, so you won your trophies. So now you're building that credit in the bank. So maybe in 10 years' time, this if you can keep continuing, this won't be a conversation about Chelsea and history and so on and so, because you've then got history, right? Arsenal already had that from 80, 90 years ago, bruv. So we've already had that in the bank. You've built that now. You're starting to build that. City, again, they've only, 2008, 2012. So again, they have to build that first. But at least they're doing something, like a league title, like a Champions League. Spurs haven't built that.
City ain't got no Champions League. Let's just put it out there.
No, but what I'm saying is they're building something, though.
Yeah, they're building. Yes.
Arsenal have credit. That's why we can't be taken out of the Big Six, because of how much Liverpool went 20 years without a league title. They were still a Big Six team.
Yeah, but how long? Okay, so here's the question then. They went 30-odd years without a Premier League title. Okay, they won 2 Champions Leagues in that period. How long does that credit last?
There's history there, how relevant it is. Look, if Spurs, if this debate was in the 1980s, right, and Spurs won league title 20 years ago, be closer, right? But now, how long has it been since then? If Arsenal don't win a league title for the next 20, 30 years, it doesn't make anything. We will be like the next Leeds, the next Newcastle, the next Villa, the next, those teams like that. But if you win a league title, it doesn't matter. So Spurs haven't got that credit in the bank already. They've got nothing there. They've got no trophies there. They've got nothing since then. And even in the most successful period, their crowning achievement is to get to a final, but not win. Come on now. What's the standards? It's just shifting. The reason why people accept that is because it's Tottenham. And you're like, who gives a damn about Tottenham? That's why it is. Be honest, Flawless. Do you hate Tottenham, Flawless? Do you hate Tottenham?
I don't hate Tottenham.
Lewis, do you hate Tottenham? Obviously, you're a Chelsea fan, but you don't really hate them.
I hate Tottenham, but not as much as Arsenal.
But you hate their fans, innit? You hate their fans. But you hate Arsenal because we've been successful in the past, right? So it's like, we can kind of compete.
Your fans.
Tottenham, exactly. But Tottenham can't compete because, what can their fans really say? All you gotta say is you've won, fuck, and nothing else. The silence. Literally. So as I said, it's a PR thing, and I understand why the media have made this. So they've got bigger games now. So in a season before, Tottenham and United might have not been a big game, but now it's a Big Six game. So it's a bigger game now, isn't it? That's what it's all about. But I don't see a crowning achievement. I don't count you as a big. There is no Big Six. It's a Big Five, as I said. And City are just in that because they've just started off. Obviously, they're a successful team, but I'm not talking about success right now. I'm talking about big size of club. Why are Tottenham this Big Six team then?
Like you said, it's one of them. Yes, take out the 4. Like someone there in the comments, and I'm gonna get to the comments. You lot, make sure you get the likes up on the video. Keep subscribing to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel and Bav's. They're both in the title, so you can subscribe to both their channels right now. How long does the credit last? Type of thing. That's what you said. Because someone mentioned Leeds. To me, Leeds haven't been in the top flight. They're still a big club, but I think you can have a big history. Yeah, you can be a big club, but it doesn't automatically.
It's just like, as I said,
it doesn't automatically go into. It doesn't mean success just because you're a big club. Leeds are a big club, but they've had no success.
I think it's recency as well, because because I've just been thinking about it. I said Spurs have been the top 4 more than Arsenal the last 10 years. Literally just thought about it. I don't even think they have. I think it's level. I think they've both been out of the Champions League for 4 years. It's just Spurs was 3 years early. Like they finished 5th, 12, 13. They finished lower than that in 13-14. 14-15, they finished 5th or 6th. And then now last season, they finished 5th or 6th. But you guys, you've been out the top 4 for 4 years now.
Yeah, and the matter of fact is, Lewis, no one's saying that Arsenal are a success right now. Everyone knows that we're a long way off where we need to be. But this is actually, if you think about it in the weirdest way, this is Spurs' most successful period. Where they're getting bantered by everyone, this is actually the most successful period. Because there was times where they were fighting relegation. That's how this is actually, right? Now, even this year, it's part of the most successful era. That's how funny it is for Spurs. But, as I said, it's all PR, and a lot of clubs just they don't care about Spurs. You think Man United fans care about Spurs? No. So you don't mind bigging up Spurs because it's one of them teams. Right? Yeah. But Arsenal, there's hatred there because of history, Ferguson, Wenger, and so and so. That's why I hate Man United. That's why I hate them so much. I hate Spurs, but I actually hate United more because you've got something there to argue with. With Spurs, I'm just like, you're just Spurs. I don't need to say anything. That is the violation in itself.
I get your point to an extent in terms of hating. You hate United more than you hate Arsenal. I mean, more than you hate Spurs. Sorry. Yeah,
because United fans, because with Spurs fans, as I said, it's like Chelsea fans, right? Chelsea hate Arsenal fans because we always go about Invincibles, blah blah blah. And Chelsea can't really say anything for that, but they go Champions League. So you're finding success with success. Same with Arsenal, United, right? Treble, Invincibles.
Yeah, even though that's not a contest, that's not even a question, contest.
But go on. Well, we'll get into that, right? But
you're gonna get into that.
What are Tottenham got? What's Tottenham's team, right? City have got Centurions, Arsenal got Invincibles, United got Treble, Chelsea have got oil money. But what have Tottenham got?
What do you mean oil money? 0405, no team.
Okay, 0405, the team. What's it called though? What's it called? I don't know. But what am I meant to call it then? What team is it?
Call us the brick wall. Call us the brick wall.
The brick wall.
You know what?
But every team, right, has every big six, big five team, in my opinion, has that team you can look to, right? What do Tottenham have? The Champions League finalists that lost. Is that what Tottenham's team is? The team that got the Carabao Cup final and lost. The team that got second the team that finished third in a two-horse race. Is that Spurs' team? I hear no success.
You got a point. Let me just get to the super chat from Wayne. Big up Wayne. And he's also a member as well. He says, big up the panel. Babs, you finally made it to the Big Six channel. Now you made it. LOL. Smash the like button, guys. Now, man, large up Babs, large up Lewis, and that two dons who are doing absolutely amazing work in it. These men have got like over 50k subs between them and that, or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? These man got, you get me more. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but it didn't land. It is what it is. We moved. But yeah, the Sides of City TV membership is available. The link's underneath the description as well, people. But big up Wayne for the super chat. S. Morgan saying Arsenal done 2 FA Cups and now they think they're special.
No.
What's your thoughts on that?
No Arsenal fans saying we're special. Am I sitting here right now going, right, we're better than Man United, we're better than Chelsea, we're better than City? No. I'm saying we have been shit for the past 5-10 years, but Spurs haven't really done anything else to really say, okay, we're that much better. Yeah, they finished above us, but as Louis said, it's pretty equal, and at the same time, they've won nothing either. They've won nothing. You think when Arsenal fans, that period of finishing above Spurs for 20-something years in a row, you think we go, that was our crowning achievement? No, it wasn't. It was the Invincibles. It was the league title before that. It was, trophies we fucking won. And Spurs just don't have that, bruv. They don't have that credit in the bank. They can't make the credit either. These men are moving like a mobile, bruv. Top up the credit for fuck's sake.
You know what, Babs? Go on. You go. Lewis.
I was gonna say, I can't lie. I just seen the Spurs argument get more and more eroded. It really is just a financial thing because there's more money in the Premier League and in football nowadays, and Arsenal are now missing out on that compared to where they were at the start. But at the start, there was a lot less money coming into the Premier League as opposed to now. So that's the only real argument as to how they're a Big Six club. But it's just consistency, and it's the fact that they seem more consistent than you guys right now, which is why they look like more of a Big Six club than you guys do. But it's when you start opening it up to like 5 years, then 10 years, then 15 years, the debate just starts to die even more.
Yeah,
Arsenal fans.
They have only got 2 league titles as well, like in their history still.
And when was that?
Babs has got a point. I don't know that. I was just looking at the list here, but they have.
I'll go back to them.
Wolves, Leeds, Huddersfield, and Blackburn all have more than them.
Everton as well.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, Newcastle, Sunderland, Villa. Yeah, like you said, Everton are on 9.
And if we're going to go for Premier League titles, not league titles, Premier League titles, Leicester have got more as well. And so have Blackburn.
Yeah.
I don't hear it. But as I said, but Daniel Levy made £100 million this year. So what? As I said, are Spurs fans sitting at home when they get the announcement saying we've made £100 million post-tax this year and going, yeah, Arsenal, have a bit of that, Chelsea, have a bit of that. Bro, we're talking about football teams as football fans, and I'm not getting this from Spurs. So, yeah, man. And also, you said recency, right? And I agree with that. If Arsenal had won 13 league titles like we have, but those 13 league titles are from the 1910s to 1920s, doesn't really matter, does it? Now, right? But they were over a period of time. 1910, 1950, 1960, 1980, 1990, 2000. You know what I mean? Over a period, we've had it over a period of time, success. So we've always been a successful team to an extent. And even at our worst, this is actually, as I said, for Spurs, even finishing 7th is probably a good season for them. In the history of the club. Because what have they actually done? They've actually done nothing, if you think about it. No league title since 1950. Forget Champions Leagues. You know what I mean? It's in 1950. So what? Yeah, keep getting top 4 and keep winning nothing. Because if that, I will guarantee you right now, we as Arsenal, and I can say it on my chest, will win a league title before Spurs will.
Ooh, all right, we're going to get into that. And while you say that, with Sarcasm City TV, if you're a regular here, you know this happens often. If you're new here, you never know who's going to drop in, who's not scheduled to drop in on any given show. But welcoming Neil to the show, who's a Leicester fan. You can catch him and us three as well on Shameless FC on Lewis's channel. So Neil, first and foremost, what you saying? You good? You blessed and everything?
All good, man. All good, man. Thanks for having me on once again. So yeah, sorry I'm a bit late. Dinner comes first, and that you know what it's like.
Man, you gotta eat, man. Welcome up to your debut on the channel and that next to Bavs, so it's all well and good. So yeah, give your thoughts on it. I don't know how much you caught of Bavs and what he was saying. And you're probably the perfect guy to ask this as a Leicester fan, because you're probably the team that people put in that bracket instead of Spurs. Are Spurs a Big Six club, and what are your metrics on it? What do you judge it by?
It's a weird one because obviously we've just been talking about this the last time on Shameless FC. So it's a weird one. Obviously you got to take trophies into it, but it's about consistency. And if a team can come up there, do it once, and then come back out, then you wouldn't say that's consistent. And we've not been consistent since we won the league, but we weren't expected to be. I mean, we were in championships from 2013-14. The expectations are completely different. It will be interesting to see what happens. This should have been the year that the likes of Everton were going to break in. I mean, with the likes of obviously Calvert-Lewin firing, with the manager and Ancelotti, they should be doing a lot better than what they currently are. I mean, losing 2-0 to Newcastle is dire, man. So things like that. They should be breaking the top 6. They should be breaking the top 4, and that's what Ancelotti gives you. I think Lewis can tell you firsthand about Ancelotti and what he's capable of. This guy's capable of bits. And this season, just Everton have just done an Everton, and it's not. It's just it's. Yeah, you could say Champions League, and that's kind of where I want to go. But it is what it is at the moment. Probably maybe us, but again, just give it time. I mean, we're not writing anything at the moment, but we're in a decent position to finish in the top 4. And again, that's what I know. That's what we need to know in a minute. That's all that matters for us, to be honest, this season. With the amount of injuries and stuff we've had, we've managed to do bits, and we've managed to get on with it. So there we go.
Bro, I hate Chelsea so much. I hate them so much.
Why do you hate Chelsea so much? Go on, let's get into this. Why would
you know the year, right? Do you know, have you watched that movie 2000? What was it called? That year that 2012 was meant to end the world. I wish it had. Because then these men wouldn't have that jammy little thingy.
I would have died seeing Chelsea lift the Champions League.
Because you know what, right? Every time an Arsenal fan makes an actual argument to why Arsenal are bigger, they go, Champions League, Champions League, Champions League. Or then if you're going off Champions League, Lewis, right? Your logic, not mine, are Forest bigger than Chelsea because they've won 2 Champions Leagues.
How many European trophies have Forest got overall?
No, but you said Champions League, you said European trophies. What you think?
Yeah, European trophies because you don't
what
have
about Champions Leagues?
But you guys,
League,
you guys
answer the question, right? No, Lewis, don't go to Arsenal. Answer the question. Chelsea versus Forest. They've got 2 champions. You've got 1. Who's bigger?
I'll go with the agenda. Nottingham Forest. I'll go clean with the agenda.
That's all I want to hear. That's all I want, because if look, as I said, fair enough. You can count the Champions League as high as you want. It is a massive trophy. We know that it's one of the big 2. But then if that's how you're going, then that means Forest they won league titles and they've got Champions Leagues.
They got history.
It doesn't sound funny now, does it? So I mean, that's what I said. So
but it's still cool because we're the only team in London with it, and we might even end up with 2 if this year goes well.
No one's denying that. So
for me, it is the Champions League that holds it. It is jammy because it was a bit of a jammy run to it, but we're gonna take it for what it is because it's the Champions League. As old big is, it's the biggest trophy in European football, and it is for a reason.
Lewis, would you say the 13 league titles Arsenal have, and you have how many?
6.
So less than half.
Yes.
You think one Champions League makes up for all of that?
How old are half of them? Because I swear your biggest trophy haul was in the 30s.
So what? We're gonna just ignore that period of time?
No, but it's just the 30s can't be
It
that
just
relevant
shows
right
to
now.
me. No, but yeah, because you want relevant. That's why it's not relevant to you. That's why.
Yes.
Right? The whole point being,
Cool.
it's
It
a
does work like
successful
that, but
period
right now
over
we are
100 years.
relevant.
Someone's echoing, by the way.
Yeah, someone was gone.
Is that me?
I don't know. No, someone.
But the thing is, Babs, you did say when we were talking about Spurs, if their main haul was between the 20s and the 50s, then it kind of lessens it now. So the majority of Arsenal's league titles.
No, but that's the only haul. But that's the only haul. I never said the main haul because Arsenal have won it over 100 again, 1920s, 30s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on. So it's overall a sustained period of success. Like Man United, how many league titles came before Fergie came in? Still quite a bit, right?
Oh yeah,
Liverpool
we did
as well.
bits.
Liverpool only won one.
Liverpool
Liverpool only won
Yeah,
one
but same
Premier
way
League
in
title,
the Premier
right?
League era, they've had 13.
So, but Liverpool only won one. Yeah, one.
All right, let's
But then Liverpool are bigger than Arsenal because Arsenal have won two.
We can have this debate about Liverpool. Cool.
Yeah, let's go. I'm cool with this, innit? Let's slander
You think
Liverpool.
I'm gonna sit here and bat for Liverpool?
I'm not
Let's do
trying
this.
to because you guys all agreed to me. They're in there. Liverpool are the second biggest club in England, but they've only won one league title, one Premier League
title and 2 Champions Leagues, and we held these up. Like, they ain't really living off past glories.
No, but
This is why we
no,
held
but
them up.
no, but that's where because you put your agenda to one side. You just said it straight from your chest. You know for a fact it's logic. Liverpool are the second biggest club in London. In the UK. We know that for a fact. And likewise for Arsenal, we're third. But Chelsea obviously get a lot of more because they've won the Champions League. So fair enough, I understand that. Chelsea right now are a more successful team than Arsenal over the past 20. No one's denying that. Why do people think we all deny that? No one's denying that. We're just saying you can't just take a 20-year period selectively and forget all that happened beforehand because it doesn't fit your narrative. You have to take everything into context. So if Chelsea were irrelevant for 80, hang on, Alex, right? If Chelsea were irrelevant for 80 years, whether it was, and then came and have a 20-year successful period, fair enough. Right now, are City more successful or United more successful?
Say that again. We'll say that last bit again.
I said, who's more successful right now? City or Man United?
Oh, see. Yeah.
Right? But who's the bigger club?
Manchester United all day long.
Because you've done it over a far longer period of time.
Yeah, don't forget that as well, City
that's
fans.
That's the same
United
in my eyes, right? Oh, it's 2-1 Leeds, by the way. Rafinha just scored. But yeah, if you keep doing this, if City keep doing it for the next 20, 30 years, then you can have the debate. Same with Chelsea. But Chelsea only need 10 more years for me to have that real proper debate.
Yeah,
but,
let me ask Neil this. Neil, who do you think is the third biggest club? So you got United, Liverpool, I'm guessing. Is it Arsenal or is it Chelsea to you? And you lot in the comments let us know as well. Give us your thought. I'm guessing it's United. Who's bigger out of Arsenal or Chelsea? You lot in the comments let us know. Who's the third biggest team in the country? It goes United, Liverpool, and then it's between Arsenal and Chelsea. So you lot let us know.
You've got to, the only thing you can go on now is kind of how many people support the club. And that's your main metric in terms of everything, in my opinion. How many people support the club, how many people are following worldwide. That's probably got to be the biggest factor because that's the biggest factor in terms of how big a club does financially as well, is how many people actually support them. In that case, that's why you can't hold Man City in this case up there because they're not on the same level because they haven't got the fan base. They're getting there, especially with the likes of Asia and that. They love to win trophies down there. They'll swap teams any day down there. They change teams more than I change clothes, and that's just me being real. It's just they'll follow winners, and it is what it is.
Change managers.
Same way you got change captains. How about that?
Captains leave.
Captains list yesterday, didn't we?
Captains leave.
Yeah, we ran through the captains list. Yeah.
Hey, our captains don't leave. They stay
bear
in
with
the
your
trophy.
captains left. Bear with your captains leave though, Bav.
Everyone's captains leaves. Your captain's Harry Maguire, my guy.
Yeah, but yours is Aubameyang who turned up late for nothing.
Wait, hang on. So you've got a proven class striker to Harry Maguire.
Say that again. Was he proven this season? Where's his
14
proven
goals
this
still.
season?
He's still. Hang on. He's
how
still
many
got
is he
more
got in the
goals
league?
than any of your strikers.
How many is he
Right?
got in the league?
Hang on. He's still got more goals than any of your strikers. If I'm right.
Okay, you said he scored 14 goals. Add 2 onto that, and we're 16 points clearing it. That's the difference between us. So with your clinical,
who's your opposition been in the?
So the fact that you're second, and yet you still have a striker that has even got more goals than a really, really poor Aubameyang, just kind of shows more levels. But
no, he doesn't show that. He don't show levels.
Where is he got
10?
Yeah, wait.
He got 10 or 9.
Yeah, he got 10 or 9 in the league. Okay, then.
Yeah.
So he's not having a great season.
But it's still more than the whole point being. Even at his worst, he's still better than all his strikers. Am I right and wrong?
9 goals, 1 assist. Zaha's on 9 goals, 2 assists.
So 9 goals, 1 assist in his worst ever Arsenal season, right?
And same for
how many
Martial.
goals is United's? How many goals he's got in the league?
I think he's got five or in all competitions or in the league.
He's got 5 in the league, you know.
He's got 5 in the league, so he's got 4 less than Aubameyang. You're 350k star striker.
And this is his worst ever season, bro.
And this is Martial's worst ever season.
No one's even backing Aubameyang, bro.
No one's backing Martial. Trust me, I know. No one's backing Martial.
You got to admit, Babs, the fall off from last year when he was chasing Jamie Vardy for the Golden Boot, and how strongly that he finished the end of the season. Then he got his new contract, and it's just not been the same. Even you got to admit that. It's more than he should be up there, especially with the amount of top quality players there are. He should be rivaling Kane up there for that spot, 100%. This season.
I agree and disagree at the same time, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Aubameyang for the first half of the season we were actually on paper the 15th worst, or even sometimes the 20th worst in some games, creative team in the league. So if you're not making chances for a striker, how do you expect him to score? His shots per game were down massively from 3 a game to I think 1 a game. That's a massive indicator.
Good strikers find a way, my G.
Hey, wait. Hold up. That's Martial though. You know what I'm saying? Our striker.
He's got Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes is not a 10. He's a 9.
He's played the most chances in the league.
He's not created the most chances in the league, has he?
Okay.
Because he takes set pieces. Wait. You see him or Grealish, right? Him or Grealish. But Fernandes, I'll show it to you right now. All right, let me just. Okay, right. Yeah, put it
Premier
up.
League.
But you know this created chances thing. Yo, you know if Bruno passes the ball to Martial,
yeah, I know.
40 yards out,
and Martial
has a shot. That's a chance.
But let's go big chances created, right?
Does this tie into XG? Because my man's gonna have a field day.
Chances created.
Now, Lewis, get your
in
guy,
Premier League.
This is your man's,
in Premier League.
London brethren.
What's he saying?
Okay. Right. Flawless.
Go on.
Most big chances created in the league. Yeah. Number 1, Bruno Fernandes, 17. Over De Bruyne, Grealish, Kane, Son, Cresswell, Rafinha, and Robertson. You were saying.
And how many? Wait, how many of them were to Martial? How many of them to Martial?
No, but the whole point being, he's got a creative player behind him who's the best in the league at creativity.
I disagree.
As you can see from stats.
Nah, stats lying. Eye test, fam. Eye test.
Eye test.
Eye test. Because if you want to talk stats, average position, Bruno's higher than Martial. So if he's creating for a striker. Ollie tax. Yeah, Ollie tax, and it is what it is. But you know all about having a bad manager. Right? That's why you attempt for that.
He's fine, fair enough. But you can see what I'm saying then. So you said you compared Martial to Aubameyang. We don't have that big chance. Let's see where Arsenal's highest player ranks. We're not even the top 10.
You always wax lyrical about Saka and Odegaard and all these.
Yeah, but Odegaard's joined in January, and okay, that's exactly what I was going to go on to. So Odegaard's joined since January, and Aubameyang has, I believe, something like 6 goals in his last 7 games or something like that in the league. Or something like that. Since Odegaard's joined and Smith Rowe's coming to the team. Showing that once he has creativity, he scores goals. Now he had a stinker yesterday against Olympiacos where he had 3 big chances. He missed all of them, moving like Timo Werner. Right? But at least he's getting them chances now. Which he wasn't getting in the past. And Aubameyang, if he had Odegaard from the start, like Smith Rowe, he would have at least 20 goals in all comps already. And he's still going to get 20. He's still, listen, Flores, right? Even in his worst year, he's going to probably get 25 goals in all comps. In his worst Arsenal year, bro. Worst. Yeah, you got Werner, who's barely got 5 Premier League goals, and them man are bigging him up like he's getting assists. Now, come on, man. Lewis got to respond, bro. Yo, Lewis, man, Chelsea is small. What are you saying now, bro? Yeah, I know he's loaded. Yo, Lewis, man, listen, man, I told you, stay silent if Arsenal bigger than Chelsea.
He's gonna come out with a vengeance.
Lewis, stay silent if AC is shit. Oh, there you go. You know what I mean?
It's been revealed. Yo, you lot get a like upon the video.
He's been exposed, man.
Like I was saying in it, there's a reason that all our strikers have died in it. Everyone who plays 9 for us, whether it's him, Martial, whether it's Greenwood, whether it's Cavani, all our 9s die. But let's not get into that. That's not what it's about. Sentiment FC here says hit the like button, folks, if you think Spurs and Chelsea ain't lifting the Champions League this season. I'm guessing there's Champions. What is that? No, Spurs ain't in the Champions League. Oh, a trophy. Let's hope not.
Yeah, a trophy.
There he is. He's going to be back with a vengeance and that. Yes, Lewis, what are you telling us? I don't know how much of that you caught.
He's still not here. Oh, he's not here.
Is he still not here?
Stay silent if Chelsea are a small club. Stay silent. Oh, okay. Me.
Yes, Lewis, what are you saying?
We can't hear him.
You're on mute, fam.
Shut up, man.
Laptop crashed. It's all a madness.
No, nothing. It's fine. We did nothing, man. We move.
See, Taha said, I saw this on Shameless FC. Then as soon as I saw the title, I knew Baz would be on it, man. That's what we do. That's what we do. You get me over here.
Yeah, Lewis, you missed out, man. I asked you a few questions. I didn't get a response, but I got my answer.
I didn't hear what the questions were, so they probably didn't happen.
Yeah, it's fine. No, it's better that you don't hear the questions.
What's this? Ryan's here saying, I've said this for time. Fraudiang is the Gabonese Salah, basically saying he offers goals and nothing else. What's your response to that, Babs?
I'll take that. The Gabonese Salah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, he is the Gabonese Salah.
No. Ryan don't rate Salah.
You don't rate Salah.
I rate Salah. So it's fine. You have opinions on players. Salah is a gunman in front of goal, and that's what matters to me because that's what Aubameyang is. Yeah, he's not creatively blessed. He doesn't make the most chances. He's not the best movement-wise, but he scores goals, and that's what he signed him. But we're gonna move on from him when Mikel Arteta gets more players he wants in, which we're hearing he's gonna get. I don't think Aubameyang is going to be his key player anymore. We have to keep him because we're Arsenal. We're not like Man City where you can bin off Aguero, but you got De Bruyne,
390 a week.
Silva. Yeah, you can't do that. So Aubameyang's there right now for the next 2 years, and you will see him ushered out of the team, which is fair enough, and I appreciate that as well.
Right. Well, now you do make, in defense of you, Babs, you do make a great case in terms of, I was just trying to play devil's advocate in terms of Spurs' Big Six club, because it's like, what recent success have you had and what previous success have you had? And there's not really much to it. I'm saying they've had moments, but in terms of getting to Champions League, in terms of winning trophies, no. In terms of over sustained periods of doing well, I should say. So like getting to a Champions League final, finishing in the top 4 back-to-back, 3 or whatever years it was. But 100%. I get your point.
So now you can see why a team that isn't, for me, even big enough to be in a conversation, has no league titles to back, has no success to back, yet tries to create arguments with Arsenal, and how much it pisses me off. And you can see why now, because you're just like, bro, what are you on about?
It's because
it's like a Fulham fan going a Chelsea fan. Oh, Chelsea, a small club. You're just going, what are you on about, bro?
Small clubs the wrong way to go about it, but you got to understand is not everyone's as creative as us for when it comes to the insults and the football banner and that. You just have to be creative with it. Like Manchester City have been doing well for years. I still create shit on them.
Slav's argument that Spurs are a Big Six club is Levy made this much money that year. Well, why do we care as a football fan?
It's a good indicator, though. It's a good indicator, and the fact that he's been in the last 4 years, they've been in the Champions League spots consistently. That takes time, and that's exactly the defense that Arsene Wenger had. That and the FA Cup is pretty much what he won for the last 10 years.
And I hear that, and I appreciate that as well. But if I was to ask Lewis and Flawless, 2 teams are in the Big Six, why you are in the Big Six? You're not going to say because Roman made that much money or because the Glazers make this much money per year. You're going to say league titles. You're going to say Champions Leagues.
Yeah, they would.
That's what you're going to say. That should always be the first indicator to how big or how successful a team you are. But hey, man, Spurs are Spurs, man. We got to shift the goalposts to make them sound relevant. Here's what it is, man.
I hear what you make a great point. So get back to something that you said, because you mentioned earlier. I'm going to get into this where we're talking about Invincibles versus the treble 99 team. How are the Invincibles better than United's treble 99 team? Explain that one. There's no way you believe that. Really?
What?
That Arsenal's Invincibles
are
better than treble 99.
Right. Now I'm not going to... Okay, first things first, I wasn't born in 1999, so I wasn't in this existence. I was still a sperm cell, so I can't really make a thing for it, right?
I remember.
But at least I was born in 2004. I didn't quite, I was there. Let's just say I was there, right? But the whole point being, right, obviously as an Arsenal fan, that's the thing that I hold on to. I grab onto. I'm not going to let anyone, no matter who you are and what team you are, to slander that. Right?
Not a slander thing.
To compare to United's treble winning team, from what I am aware of and been told of, not watched because I didn't watch it, I wasn't alive. Right? Yeah. Was I right in saying that was the year where Arsenal were like 10 points clear at the top and United pulled it back? If I'm right in here, if I'm saying right in saying this?
Yes, I believe it was that one. Yes.
So basically, you won the league from an Arsenal slip up. So you were the best team in the league because you won the league title, but it wasn't like a dominant season like City are having this year. For example, right? You had to come back and Arsenal drop points. So realistically, if Arsenal just done their job and remained 10 points clear and won the league title, you wouldn't have the treble, right?
Yeah, but
so
that's one life. Argument. That's football.
It's one side of the argument. I'm trying to make an argument here, right? I'm trying to find things into it, right?
Trying. You are doing the Dawson reach.
There's nothing else. Wait, so what else come out? Am I just going to say, yeah, they're a shit team, move on? I'm going to try and have something there.
Not a shit team, but the thing is,
I'm never going to admit they're better because I'm an Arsenal fan. I can't do that.
I understand.
It's not on my vocabulary.
I can respect the Arsenal sides that have won things in the past. I can respect Manchester City. I can respect Chelsea sides, but that treble's winning side is the best because it won 3 trophies, and we lost less games that season than Arsenal.
Do you know what I was saying this though, right? I can see why United fans are so, like Arsenal fans are, protective over that because when City won the treble in terms of they won a FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League, you said that's not a treble, right? When Liverpool did it, that's not a treble because you want that to be, your feat hasn't been repeated yet. But if City do that then, likewise for the Invincibles, you're going to kind of lose that bit of special, it's going to go, isn't it?
I know that. Of course.
And that's why same with Arsenal. It's when Liverpool lost it when they were about to go invincible, but they got beaten by Watford. It was like, oh, that's the only thing we have, and it's about a goal. But then they lost, and it's like, okay. But once one of those get repeated, which they are going to happen in the next 10, 20 years, then we're going to kind of lose that. You
do, but you know what we do, which is we're 4/5 of Shameless FC. We move the goalposts and that. We find certain new. If City win the quadruple, I've said this.
Agenda.
We find an agenda. I've said that City could win the quadruple this year, next year, and the year after. I'm going to find something to slander them about. We're going to find something. 100%. Of course, you always find something. 1,000,000%. Like, so that's how I look at it. But yeah, that Arsenal 99 side Arsenal 99. United 99 side is incredible. And like I said, they won 3 trophies to back it up. And the Arsenal side we were chasing were the Arsenal side that won the league
would win
beforehand.
Right.
Go on.
In terms of you're saying, I would say incredible, successful, incredible success, right? Because that's what it was. League title, Champions League, FA Cup.
Yeah.
But quality-wise, team for team, should we do a combined 11, I guess?
Let's do a combined. We can do this, and Neil and Lewis can join in. And Lewis,
bro, I'll be honest, a lot of it will be waffle because I ain't not a clue what your team was back then.
Yeah. I'm old enough to remember Chelsea. Lewis, we're adding that. What do you think Chelsea's best winning league side is? Is it the 04-05 side?
04-05.
Okay, all right. So here's what we'll do. We'll try and rank it. We'll pick first.
09-10.
You can choose.
09-10 was more attractive. But now
9-10 is more. No, 9-10 were relevant. And Elko and them, man. I can actually remember that.
So if you want to say 09, 010, that's calm. And just to even bring it more relevant. You saying 04-05? Because if you would have said 09, 010, I would have brought up the United 08 side and we would have done a combined of the 3 and just picked the first, second, and third option. Well, that's cool. All right,
we can go if you want to go for them 3. I don't mind.
All right, then I'll go 08 then because they won the champ. They did
something 2010
that no other English team has done and won the Premier League and Champions League in back-to-back seasons in it. But all right, so I'm saying United 08 side. You're saying the Chelsea 2010 side, Lewis, yeah? And you're saying Invincibles. Okay, and what's it called? Neil, yeah, man. You can kind of be the mediator here because we're all going to be so biased. So this is going to be great.
I was going to say, I'm just here for the popcorn, you know.
Bro, I'm going to sort you the payment later, yeah? Just remember that, yeah? Pay by you.
All right. So goalkeeper, what we saying? Ours was Van der Sar. Who's the goalkeeper at your 2 sides?
I'm going Petr Cech, and to be honest, Cech before the injury, bro, this guy was a demon. 04-05, that was probably one of his best seasons at Chelsea shirt, and it was the only
3 options.
Genuinely saved us about 15, 18 points a season.
All right, so
Lehman, Van der Sar, and Cech. I'll go Cech.
I'll give you Cech. It's Cech, Van der Sar, Lehman. That's the 3.
I'd say I think Cech's the best goalkeeper in Premier League history.
He's in the conversation.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
Van der Sar runs him close, though. Van der Sar runs him real close.
Yeah, but Cech did it over a longer period of time, innit?
Consistency takes him there.
Always on babes. Always respecting. You get me? Skill always on my case, you know. Right, so what we're saying, right back. Yeah, Wes Brown's.
Lauren.
Lauren
was a baller.
Yeah, Lauren was quality. I rate Lauren. Well, who was your right back, Lewis?
We had Ivanovic, and I think he was just getting into the role at that point.
Wes Brown got a case here.
Now Lauren get it. Come on,
all right, Lauren. Yeah, Lauren. We saying Wes Brown.
This wasn't prime Ivanovic. So.
Yeah, but left back's gonna be easy. We've got the same left back. The Ashley Cole. Which Ashley Cole you gonna go for?
Yeah,
the more decorated one. 2010.
No. Ashley Cole that was actually in the prime. Right, we'll go with centre backs first. Okay, centre backs. We had Campbell and Toure. I'm gonna make a case for Campbell. Toure is a baller, but he won't get into this team.
All right, who were your centre backs, Lewis?
Terry and Carvalho. To be honest, Carvalho was starting his decline at this point. It has to be John Terry. Terry's got to be my pick.
Well, we had Rio and Vidic, and Rio has to walk into this side. All right, Neil, we're going to you basically in it. Who you saying in it? Out of those 6 centre backs, you got 2. Give us 3. Give us your first 2 and the one who would be on the bench. There really is no right answer here. Man say Campbell, Carvalho, Rio. This is tough in that.
Nah, so it's Campbell, Terry.
Are we talking about pairings as well? Because in my opinion, the pairing is Man United. Like yes. I think as a pair, you can't go ahead of Vidic and Ferdinand.
Yeah, but Campbell was a monster, man.
Campbell was a monster, but I think Terry and Carvalho is one of the most underrated partnerships. I would say. I think Carvalho is one of the most underrated centre backs. Carvalho was quality. Terry never looked that good. Aside from, would you agree with this, Lewis? Terry looked his best next to Carvalho.
Okay, go on.
Yes, but he also looked good next to Cahill, next to Alex as well. Like he was very consistent.
Fair enough then.
I'd say this right. I think Rio gets in the team because he's very different than other centre backs in terms of ball playing ability. So it's either between Vidic, Campbell, and Terry. And I'm gonna go Campbell because I'm an Arsenal fan, and also I think they're all similar players. They're all leaders. They're all, exactly. It's just who you choose.
We're saying Vidic, so out of Vidic,
the reason why I wouldn't go off pairings, right, is because we don't know how Campbell and Rio would have worked.
We've seen it for England, it was decent still.
Yeah, exactly. So same with Terry and think Rio Terry didn't work, did it? In for England.
How did?
Oh no, Rio and Terry. That can't be allowed, bro.
Was dead at
that can't be allowed.
I'm not involved. Not involved.
Yeah, that can't be allowed, bro. Get him out. Terry's out of the conversation.
The two I'm saying Rio and Campbell. That's what I'm saying from this. They're the two I'm going with. I'm saying Rio and Campbell. Lewis, what are you saying? Who's your two? We need a second from you as well.
I'm gonna get some Spurs slander in there as well.
I'd go Campbell and JT.
Campbell and JT.
Okay. Campbell had speed, to be fair.
All right, Neil, what are you saying?
It's a tough one for me.
It's very tough.
Really, really tough.
So I've said Rio Campbell.
I don't think Campbell makes my two. He's a baller, but I don't think he is. I think it would be Terry and Ferdinand, but you can't play them together because they play two similar roles, in my opinion.
I get that, but this is fantasy.
It's too much mixing there. That cocktail don't work together. But Campbell gets him because three of us said it, so it's unanimous, right?
Yeah.
So Campbell gets one of the slots.
Now Rio makes one of the slots because everyone mentioned him apart from.
So vote wise, Rio won for me. Vote for me. You got to vote for Flawless. So there's 2 votes for Rio.
Take out the greatest centre back in Premier League history.
Wait, I didn't know. Yapstam. I didn't know he was in a conversation, fam. When did he play for us in 08? That was more 99, 2000.
No, so Campbell's got 3 votes. So Campbell gets into the team unanimously. So if Campbell's won,
I'd like to retract my previous vote for the Tottenham reject.
Okay, so you now got so we go for Campbell and Rio.
I'm happy with Campbell.
I think that's just
but I'm saying JT should be in here.
Yeah. So but overall we win the argument, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a wrap.
Left back. It's just Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole.
It's Ashley Cole.
But we'll go.
I'll say Ashley Cole. So we've got checking goal. Right back was Lauren. Centre backs Rio and Campbell. Left back Cole. All right, midfield. This is where it gets interesting. Are we going 4-4-2? Or are we going 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1?
4-3-3 would I think help us out.
All right, 4-3-3. All right.
I think Scholes gets
in.
a slot.
Scholes gets in.
Vieira gets a slot as well. It's just easy.
Vieira.
It'll be Scholes, Vieira, Lampard, isn't it? It's simple.
All right. What was your two, Lewis? Who was your midfield? then?
Makaleli, innit? No, Chelsea, my bad.
Ballack, Essien, Lampard.
But not over Vieira.
And shout out
Lampard.
Essien, but Lampard again. That was his best season at Chelsea.
Yeah, so you had Lampard as one of the 8s. You'd have Vieira as either 8 or 6, or you could have Scholes as 8.
It's basically Vieira, Scholes, Lampard, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just easy. That's actually a good midfield as well. Ooh.
It's Scholes,
okay.
What are you saying, Neil? Wait, one sec. Let's get Neil.
No, my bad.
Go on, Neil.
I can't see past that team, to be honest. I can't see anybody else getting in that team. Them 3 make it. The only thing is, if you're going to play it like in that kind of formation, you would need somebody a bit defensively. So maybe Makaleli jumps in there as like a CDM, but that's about it.
Makaleli wasn't there. He was.
Was it Makaleli? Sorry, Essien.
Essien.
Yeah,
but Vieira could play as a 6. Vieira could do that job.
Yeah,
he can easily do France.
Yeah.
So and he can be a 4-2-3-1 as well.
Plus, with that
Scholes and thing.
Yeah, with that midfield, you keeping the ball. You don't have to worry about defense. You keeping up with Scholes, Vieira in midfield. Are you? There's 2 of the greatest midfielders in Premier League history. You know what I'm saying? Like if we do an all Premier League, all time 11,
and also one of the worst managers in Premier League history.
He's one of the worst managers. Don't talk about Wenger like that. He's your guy, fam.
No, I'm talking about Lampard, mate. No, you get it. Lampard's one of the worst.
Nah, I missed it.
Yeah, Lampard.
Hey, Lewis, don't let him disrespect your legend like that, fam.
Right, up front, TT Henry gets in the middle. Bosch, simple. Henry gets in his team. Don't even go debate. Thing is, wait, hang on. This is the worst thing.
This was prime Didier Drogba. I'm sorry. Find a way to incorporate.
Prime Didier Drogba over Henry.
Hold up. No, it's not over.
Find a way to incorporate both.
This is the free. This is the free. It's Henry, Drogba, Ronaldo. That's the free.
Do you know what?
Drogba don't miss this.
It's Henry, Drogba, Ronaldo.
I'm not shifting Henry out wide. He's staying down the middle. I'm sorry.
Yo, he can play where he
Drogba
wants.
ain't getting pushed out wide. Put the guy that can play out wide out there. Is what it is.
No, but wait, so we're not even gonna include Dennis Bergkamp.
Over who? Over who?
No, that's the thing is we can't because of the formation. We can't.
Over who? Who does he get in over? He's
The
Ronaldo's
only way he
in
would
there.
have got in right is if we would have a 4-2-3-1 but you can't get him with a Lampard. Well, you can. I think Bergkamp's a better player, but Lampard had a better season.
I know what we do. No. We just have a Vieira, Scholes in midfield. Remove Lampard, play Henry in the 10, and then we can get someone else in there if you want.
Remove Lampard. No. I say remove Lampard, put Bergkamp. There's a 10. Bergkamp's a 10, isn't he?
No. We
Over
ain't
Lampard,
taking Lampard and Drogba's best individual seasons out of it.
That's the reason why you can't say it. But Lampard had a great.
Man.
Bergkamp, you can't leave Bergkamp out, man. Bergkamp's.
Is then take Henry out and put him in there.
Henry, bro, get out of the chat right now, man. Walk out, bro.
Either
Get
take
out of the
Henry
house.
out or take
Go on a
Bergkamp
walk.
out.
Have a deep breath, bro. Walk out of the room. Go on.
Ronaldo don't get
Heads
dropped.
up,
Drogba don't
Ronaldo's not
get
getting dropped.
No, I think Drogba gets dropped. I think Drogba gets dropped. He's not a winger. So you have Ronaldo as one. Drogba, Henry is another one down the middle, and left wing. Who do you have? We had Perez. He not getting over. Who have you got? Left wing. So we have Perez.
Our front three was phenomenal though. We had Tevez, Rooney. Ronaldo.
But who's the left? Who's the left?
They interchanged.
Yeah, but as a start of the game, who'd be on the left? Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney. Sometimes Tevez. That's when I say they proper interchange. Like you never know who would pick.
So let's not discuss as a player. Let's talk about in that season, right? Perez is a natural left winger, so he kind of gets there. I don't know, Chelsea.
Bro, you're reaching, man. Like over.
No, but we're going off position, Sinil. We're not just fitting him in where we go. Well, we're not going to put Drogba left winger, are we?
No.
Are we?
No, but you're still reaching even then.
So who? Then who? That's what I'm saying. Who?
Well, you put Rooney over
As a left winger.
Yeah, over what's it called? Perez.
As a left winger.
Like a front three, like a 4-3-3 kind of thing.
Yeah, and then 3. You think he can play as a left winger? That'd be Perez because he's the only left winger that actually plays as a left winger. I mean, Anelka's a striker. He's not left winger, is he?
But we're talking about also the best of that season, and Rooney's got to be in there because he was. People forget how good he was that season.
Rooney was exceptional.
He was unbelievable.
I'm saying Rooney from the left.
This is what we'll do. We'll go modern.
So I'm saying
we'll put Henry left winger like a Salah or a Mane, right winger Ronaldo. And
that's
Rooney
what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking
Rooney,
out and out.
Rooney as that centre
And
forward for me.
we're still dropping prime Didier Drogba. I cannot be asked.
Bro, Drogba's own son thinks Henry's better. I just don't have to put in a conversation.
I never said drop Henry out. I said
Henry's F1 car. Henry's F1 and Drogba's the go kart.
Everyone in the comments, give us your free. And bear in mind,
was running rings around.
I think that would work though. So Rooney would dropping off as a 10, playing deeper. I mean, do you know what? If you go as a 10, Bergkamp play there as well though.
yeah, Lampard might be in a sticky with Rooney. I'm taking Rooney over Lampard. I'm sorry, I'm taking Rooney over. I'm dropping out.
If we're playing a 4-2-3-1, Perez gets left winger because he's actually a left midfielder, not a left winger. Right?
I'm dropping out Lampard. I'm playing Rooney in there.
What, in the midfield?
Yeah, just as a 10. You could easily have done that at that point.
No, but we don't have a 10 though. We have a 4-3-3 because if you have a 10, that means that left.
I'm changing
left
it.
midfielder.
I'm saying 4-2-3-1 and then that's what I'm saying.
Then Henry gets out of the middle because Henry's not a left midfielder.
Nah, not left.
we can't even agree on a formation, let alone people.
Unless you play a 4-3-3 with like an advanced wingers. Henry has to be in that final third. I don't want him dropping off deep and tracking back.
Yeah, she's got it here. She's saying Ronaldo, Henry, Rooney for a front three.
Yeah,
That's not your front three.
That's what we said. I agree with that. I think like Firmino, right?
You know
like Firmino, Rooney as that centre forward, drop off deep, pick up the ball, right? Progress it. Then you got Henry as the left.
I'm with that.
Inside forward, right wing Ronaldo, inside forward, bro. Come on, we're doing bits. Chelsea can stay out of the conversation, right? And so overall, that means how many players each team have, right? So Arsenal have got, we've got the right back, we've got the centre back Campbell, left back Cole, midfield Vieira, up front Henry. That's 5 Arsenal players already in that 04 team.
Yeah, facts ours. We got
United's...
Ronaldo, Rooney, Scholes, Rio. We got 4.
Chelsea.
I don't know. I smell a lot of bias in this 11.
Bro, you're just not making arguments, innit?
Before you go, Lewis, what would your 11 be? Give us your 11.
Don't be quiet.
We're not even going to interrupt. Give us your
11.
11
of all 3 of our teams.
Be careful.
Yes,
be careful.
But that's remember it's United. Remember it's United 08, Chelsea 2010, and Arsenal Invincibles.
04. Yeah.
04.
Be careful with what you say.
Lauren, Terry, we'll go Rio, Ashley Cole, Vieira, Lampard, and who did we say for the United player? Scholes, Drogba, Henry, Ronaldo.
Okay, so even in yours, it's Drogba's in there, Lampard's in there.
You got Terry, and that's what it was.
Check Terry. So you got 4 in there.
Yeah, I
It was a
put
Terry
four.
one. That's what it was.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terry and bro, I'll tell you right, Terry Rio ain't mixing, bro. Sorry, I'm sorry to break it to you, bro.
yeah,
It's
but
not
obviously it's fantasy in that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's fine. You lot. Yeah, go on.
But
Neil.
it just goes to show if we're going, no, go on.
I thought
I
you
was
was
gonna
gonna
say,
something.
otherwise you push like Lampard out to the wing and you just make him whipping crosses to Drogba. That's the only way.
What you calling him,
Prime
Mark
Lampard
O'Brien?
ball at his finest.
Are you just saying he's a better version of Mark O'Brien? Is that what you're saying?
No.
He
Why are you
is, that's
bringing
what you're
O'Brien
saying,
into this, man?
Fiction. I can't be
Because
honest.
that's what he is. He's a midfielder playing out wide to cross the ball in.
You're basically saying he's a poor man's De Bruyne. Is that what you're saying?
Poor man's Pogba.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I like
How's it
seeing
having
the
Xhaka
goals
in your
and
midfield?
mash it up.
It's fine, actually. He always dominates Pogba in the last 3, 4, 5 games he played.
Is it? Did Pogba even play against you the last game? And then he played out wide in the
He
game
did.
before
He
that?
played the last 2 games. And he hasn't won any of them.
Did he play against you at the Emirates?
Yeah, he did. He played out wide, and he had that one
Yeah,
chance
out
in the whole
wide.
game.
Yeah, that's my point.
so-
he played out
so he
wide
did play
twice.
then.
Yeah, he played. That's my point. He played out wide twice. So how did Xhaka
when
dominate?
Partey dominated him as well in that game.
Partey is a baller still. Yeah, Partey is a baller in it. And you know where that got you 16 points behind us. Whee!
I honestly, as I said, I don't care because if we win the Europa League, it doesn't really matter.
You still ain't winning no Europa League though. I said this before, man.
I agree. I want to say that as well. Jinx FC is what I want.
It's not no
Right? Because he
jinx
said the
thing,
same
man.
thing for the North London Derby. Arsenal ain't winning. No, Arsenal ain't winning. Arsenal ain't winning.
How many
Guess who
goals
won?
has Partey got in the Premier League?
I said draw. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
He's
I
not
said
goal
draw
scorer.
actually about the
Oh
derby.
yeah, so we got Daniel Amati on one, man. We got the best Ghanaian player in the Premier League. Come on.
Oh, we can run with that. Is it? I forgot he was Ghanaian. That's a goodie still. You know what I'm saying?
This is agenda
Fucking
FC,
wrong
not
with
nonsense FC. Come on now, man.
Hey, I've said on this show before that El Neni's the best Egyptian in the Premier League. Shit happens. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're speaking facts there, bro.
See what you're doing? You're feeding him it as well. You're terrible.
Yeah.
Yo, I
It's
love
like,
that
it's
type
like
of
it's just
shit.
like saying Nicolas Pepe is the best Ivorian the league's ever seen either.
That's just
Hey,
poor.
Lewis don't have that, but yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm not rising to the low bait. Because that's
Right,
just-
right. What was Drogba's worst ever season in the league? Worst ever season.
Oh my
in the
god,
league.
we're not doing this, guys. No,
well,
we're not doing it.
was this the 08-09 season? I think he got 5 goals in the league.
Oh.
What?
He got what?
5
He got
goals
what?
in the league. 5
Hang
goals.
on. That can't be true. That can't be true. That can't be
It
true.
is true.
Was he injured or something?
Yeah, he had a bunch of injuries that season, and Anelka won the Golden Boot.
Okay,
so
how many games did he play?
God knows. You're gonna have to tell me. I think
Right.
he got the stats up already.
So Didier Drogba in the Premier League, first year 10 goals out of 26 games. Second year 12 goals out of 29 games. Year after that 20 goals in 36 games. Fair enough. Then 8 in 19, 5 in 24 in 08-09. Then 29 in 32, so that's his best season in 9-10. 11 and 5. So he's had 2 20-goal seasons, and the rest, he's not even got over 15. This is the guy who you man compared to Henry.
Yeah.
God.
I say I take Henry for a league campaign, I take Drogba for a cup run, and I stick by that every day of the week.
I never
How many
realised it
cup
was
final goals did
that
Henry get
inconsistent.
for Arsenal?
Jesus' ass cheeks. Let's not even bring him into this conversation. Sorry, just had to get that.
Look, I respect Drogba, right? But I never knew it was that inconsistent.
Of course,
'Cause
because
that
every
is-
time he played him, he banged 2 goals against you lot, and you thought he was the best.
No, but bro, man said he's had a 10-goal campaign, a 12-goal campaign, an 8-goal campaign, a 5-goal campaign, 11 and 5. That's Giroud numbers. That literally
Yeah,
is Giroud numbers.
Don't tell
Yes,
then he had
me.
one-
But Giroud's a selfless striker, just like Didier Drogba. Drogba's half the reason Lampard got 211 goals.
I'm just saying. If you,
I'm just saying, El Neni, the
bro.
only Egyptian to score at the Camp Nou.
So hang on.
Hey, he's got a point
So-
still. He's got a point.
wait, hang on. Wait, let me just search this up, right? So Henry, right? Let me see his worst
No,
ever
this-
year for Arsenal.
This show's getting ridiculous, you know.
Henry's worst ever year for Arsenal, right? Hear this out, right?
I had
His
Mark
worst ever.
O'Brien mentioned. I'm gassed.
This is bro. Henry's worst ever year for Arsenal. He had 10 goals in 17 games. That's the only year. The rest of them 17, 24, 24, 30, 25, 27, and 10. Consistency, Lewis.
Nice, and in
No,
his last,
no,
in his last
not
season,
a
he got one
show
Premier
pony,
League goal
bruv.
for Arsenal.
1 year Drogba turns up, 1 year don't.
Was it just one? Henry got one goal for them in their last league game.
In his last
Nah.
league season, yeah.
Game.
In his last league season, he had 10 goals in 17 games. And he was
Now
injured for a
talking
month
about
for
the
that.
11-12 season.
Barca.
Nah,
In full.
11-12 season when he came back on loan.
Oh, but he played, like, he came off the bench for all of them.
Agenda will agenda.
Agenda. Ooh, that's fire. That's the wait. Hold up. That's the new tagline for the show. And that when I start the show, agendas will agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah. I like that. Go on, Babs. Carry on.
Can we all just agree on how Henry is the best player the Premier League's ever seen?
Next.
Yeah.
He's all right. He ain't Andreas Christensen.
To be honest, I just think he's a Vavavoom merchant. To be honest, but
Who is it? Who's it? Who's the best?
Legit. I don't know. You know,
Best player, best striker.
yeah.
Best
What's
player.
the conversation?
He's up there, but I don't think he's number one.
Who's number one then?
Striker wise, yes, he's the best striker.
We know that already, but who's the best then?
You could honestly make a case for Peter Schmeichel.
I'm saying Paul Scholes. It's Paul Scholes. Man was here, dominated, changed his game. He came in as an attacking midfielder, was banging goals, and then later changed his game and was still winning league titles at 35, 36.
Did you just say Peter Schmeichel?
Yeah, put some respect on his name.
He just likes him because of Casper. I'm ready to win with this.
That's
Go on,
what I was
sell
going to
it.
call. You see.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to go there eventually.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I see that.
Gotta put,
I see
the thing
that.
is,
And the flawless just say
you
Paul
got
Scholes.
to respect.
Yeah, Paul Scholes. Definitely. Man's dominated from the moment he got here.
I wouldn't
till
even
he
say
left.
he's the best
Paul
midfielder in
Scholes.
Premier League history. Right? I think Lampard and Gerrard are above him.
Ah, yeah,
But-
you tripping.
What?
Tripping.
Do you disagree?
Definitely.
Lewis, you wanna back me up on this?
Lampard and Gerrard are not better than
I
Scholes.
test Scholes' level here. It is what it is.
He's clear.
Lampard clear of
Even
Gerrard.
close. Clear. Scholes is clear
so-
with those two.
So if Scholes is not
Clear.
even better than Gerrard and Lampard, and how is he better than Henry?
He is better than Gerrard and Lampard, though. You're the only one on this panel that doesn't think he is.
What? So Lewis thinks he's better than Lampard.
You just said it. You said I
You
test
think
he's
Scholes
clear.
is better?
Yeah, Scholes is a better player.
Of course he is.
Bro,
This guy dominated. He changed
So
his
what?
game.
So
and
you're
that.
already realistically you're making Scholes is the case for the best Premier League player of all time over Henry.
He's in the conversation, yeah.
He's in the conversation. I'm not saying he's not, but he's better than Henry. Come on, now be honest now.
Well,
Everyone knows it's Henry. You're just trying to make arguments elsewhere. I get it. You're playing devil's advocate. I get it. But we know who's the best of all time. We know who's
all
the
reason,
come on now.
like I said,
If
when
you
it
want to
comes
go best of all time, you have to look at if especially for striker, you have to look at goals straight up.
So you saying Shearer over Henry?
If you want to look at Goings facts like that as well.
I'm
Again,
with that,
he dragged teams up, and again with Arsenal, you had loads of players around him. Shearer
So if you
didn't
wanna-
have any of that, so he needs to be in that conversation for sure.
Hey, and if you're saying over goals, Andy Cole, you hear me? Second highest top goal scorer in Premier League history with no penalties.
We
And
know
he
that's
helped
not
his
true.
team win multiple. All right,
We know
one
that
penalty.
goals. No, we know that goals
Okay.
ain't true because Kane will overtake Henry for goals. That does not mean he's a better player than Henry, right?
Oh, no, I'm with the Harry Kane over Henry stuff if you want to go. Let it run in it. Harry over Thierry.
Right, yo, lads. Thanks for having me on. It's time for me to go. I mean, but
All right, well, Cole's
you need to
third.
snap back
Know my
in.
point.
he's first. We know he's first. Come on. Let's
Well, yeah, you already know what to do, people. Before we close out the show, make sure you follow Neil's channel. Make sure you follow Babs' channel, Carefree Lewis. Carefree Lewis and Babs' channels are in the title and description. Neil, let them know where they can find you, actually, before we close out the show.
Yeah, come over to us, Beyond the 90, LCFC. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, we're doing some good Leicester content, Leicester City Women's as well. Group of us to go in it together. Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man, you already know we'd have to make it's good for you to make your debut and that, you know what I'm saying, on the channel. And speaking of debuts, also, Babs, you's both backed. You get me? Goals, assists, galore for both of you and that. Babs, what you saying? Let them know what you're going on, what you've got going on, where they can find you, etc.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Insta, and Twitter. All Babs14. And yeah, final point: Spurs are not a big six club. We move.
Let's go.
Jose in.
Yeah, I'm Jose in too. Lewis,
Yeah,
same to
just
you.
big up, Steve, for having me on. Up the AC hype, you already know, and we'll see you on Sunday. Up the Chelsea.
There you go. Love to everyone who's locked. We will be finding a new slot in regards to Agenda FC. So this will be the last time it'll be on a Friday. It will be moved to Wednesday, 6 p.m. Myself, Lewis, alongside special guests, talking strong opinions. You never know where the conversation will go. And yeah, we're back tonight. Gyardam City meets Mandem United. So myself and Yan City. I'm not sure what time it's on her. She's always running late. But yeah, we'll be discussing both European ties and European journeys for both the Manchester clubs. But yeah, this has been Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.